Nope. At this time, we would now like to welcome the Triton High School Chorus for the singing of our national anthem. The chorus will be directed by Mr. Craig Kemp. Could everyone please remove your hats and remain standing for the singing of the anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
I would now ask all of us to observe a moment of silence. In specific, this year we would like to remember a longtime Triton educator who passed away suddenly, Mr. Daniel Boyle. Thank you. I now have the pleasure of recognizing one of our graduates who is entering a military program and intending to serve our armed forces. I would like to ask him to stand when I call his name to be recognized. Maxwell Fitzwater. Max is planning to join the Navy upon the completion of high school. The U.S. Navy has the motto Semper Fortis, or always courageous, this slogan reflecting the bravery required to sail into uncharted oceans. Max will be provided the opportunity to serve his country and should be commended. Please join us again in thanking him for his commitment and desire to serve. I would now like to welcome Superintendent Brian Forget to deliver his welcome to the invited guests.
Thank you for that applause. Good morning, my name is Brian Forget, and I am the very proud superintendent of the Triton Schools. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you all, our graduates, families, and friends, my distinguished colleagues, school committee members, and both local and state officials, to the commencement ceremonies for Triton's graduating class of 2026. Thank you for being here to celebrate this important milestone. Graduation is a moment of pride, reflection, and hope. To the class of 26, today we celebrate not only what you've achieved academically, but also who you have become during your time in our schools. We've recently developed our Portrait of a Learner, a shared vision of the qualities and skills we hope everyone carries beyond our walls. The work identified 5 important roles that we look to foster in our students during their time in our schools, a time that culminates for you, our graduates, today. We've only scratched the surface of our portrait this year, but the class of 26 has already demonstrated each of these roles in meaningful ways. And I encourage you, the class of 26, to continue to develop these vital skills and values in a world that is increasingly fractured and angsty and isolating. Support those around you, serve others, and help build a culture of belonging wherever you land as an active and engaged community member. Be a powerful communicator, always expressing yourself thoughtfully, listening intently, and using your voice with purpose to promote improvement in yourself and in those around you. As you find yourselves working together on teams, in school, in the workplace, on stages, and in the countless shared experiences ahead of you, focus on being a collaborator who unifies and elevates the collective good of everyone. Always face challenges head on with resilience, determination, and courage, especially in those moments when being a problem solver takes every bit of energy for a challenge that seems truly insurmountable. And finally, I hope you always find ways to adapt to this ever-changing world, exploring new ideas and finding creative ways to learn and grow. Innovators are the key to our collective future success. The world needs your mind and hearts in ways we never could have imagined. These 5 roles are more than words on a poster in our halls or a goal in an annual improvement plan. They represent our hopes and dreams for every one of you who will cross the stage today and those in the future as we send you out into the world to thrive. Graduates, as you move into the next chapter, whether that's college, military service, careers, travel, or opportunities still unfolding, remember this: the world is changing rapidly, but a foundational truth has stood the test of time. We will always need people who can think creatively, work with others, communicate with passion, strengthen their communities, and solve problems with integrity. We are proud of all that you've accomplished, but even more expectant for what is yet to come for each of you. Congratulations, class of 26. Well done. Now welcome Principal Kelly back to the podium.
At this time, I welcome 3 of your class officers to the stage to welcome our invited guests, Julia Blanchet, Mia Dupuis, and Cameron McDonald.
The chairperson of the Triton Regional School Committee, Miss Linda Lakowski. And members of the school committee joining us today, Miss Erin Berger, Mr. Matthew Landers, and Mr. Owen Silva. Miss Narissa Wallen, and Student Representative Foster Campbell.
We would like to recognize the selectmen from our towns. From Newbury, Mr. Patrick Heffernan, Miss Alicia Greco, Mr. William DeMeo. From Rowley, Miss Sherry David, Miss Christine Nealand, Miss Maura Mastro Giovanni. From Salisbury, Mr. Michael Colburn, and Mr. Gil Medeiros.
I would like to recognize Massachusetts State Senator, the Honorable Bruce Tarr. I would like to recognize the School District Central Office Administrators, Dr. Anna Bates, Director of Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment, Miss Shannon Nolan, Director of Student Services, Dr. Richard Poore, Director of Finance and Operations. It is with both pride and respect that the class of 2026 would also like to recognize the faculty, staff, and administrators from the high school, middle school, and each of our elementary schools present at our graduation today. we ask our fellow guests and all of our graduates to join us in applauding these professionals whose support and dedication has helped shape each member of the graduating class. We would now like to welcome Principal Kelly back to the podium to deliver his remarks.
We also would like to recognize new Raleigh Police Chief Michael Balsley. Congratulations to the class of 2026. Today, we have members of our school community, local representatives, family, and friends here to recognize the accomplishments and efforts that you have completed over the past 13 school years. All of this prior work has prepared you both for this moment right now, graduating from Triton High School, and also what is to come for each of you in the years beyond. Many of you have heard this from me at several different speeches this spring, but I always want to remind our soon-to-be graduates to take a few moments, either today or in the coming weeks of celebration, to recognize those who have helped you to succeed. This is likely a parent, guardian, grandparent, teacher, coach, or some other significant influence in your life. None of us get to any significant accomplishment on our own, and it is important to show appreciation for those who have helped along the way. The sacrifices that have been made are not yours alone. There have been many restless nights as we have tried to hold all of the worries and fears for you along the way. So as a parent, I will share that a hug and a quiet thank you can go a long way. The first iteration of this speech was actually quite different. And then something kind of magical happened. I watched as about 35 of you on this field did the slip and slide over by the exit repeatedly for about an hour and a half. First, there was our core group of strong and independent women, those who are fierce and do not care what others think. They knew it would be an enjoyable experience and they were ready to go. Then came a small group of young men. They needed to be convinced at first, but after that first slide, they were hooked. And finally came all of their friends. High school graduation is a clear marking point. Typically, it's a day that signifies the end of adolescence and a coming of age to adulthood. Now, Miss Dempsey, who will speak shortly, is far better equipped to teach about coming of age stories than I am. But my message to each of you is to not lose your sense of wonder and individuality. I've seen several college graduation speeches lately where the speaker references AI and there's a thunderous round of boos from the graduates. And I understand the sentiment. While we do not want to run from technology, we also don't want to lose the parts of ourselves as we grow older that make us unique. I think this is because too often as we see our students grow, they become dulled. They may become dulled by school or work or other activities, or even just the pressures of life. They see something new or different or difficult, and they begin to scoff. I challenge this group, though, to focus on holding tightly onto wonder and amazement. As Abraham Heschel said, our goal should be to live a life in radical amazement. Get up in the morning and look at the world in a way that takes nothing for granted. Everything is phenomenal. Everything is incredible. Never treat life casually. To be spiritual is to be constantly amazed. When we take this notion of awe and wonder as our starting point, all of our experiences become heightened. We no longer lament the things that are not quite right, because those things will always exist. We learn to appreciate that which can be. This decision is always your choice to make. When you stare out at the sunset, some will complain about the loss of light on the day, while others will see the beautiful colors and be in awe of nature. Always choose the latter. Going back to where I started, there were those whose first response was, I'm going to get wet, or I'm going to get dirty in that mud puddle at the bottom, or even, that's just not quite for me. As their friends and classmates encouraged them and cheered them on, they quickly realized those worries were more trivial. Embrace life. Embrace challenge. Embrace wonder, joy, and amazement. Because your life will be so much brighter if you do. None of us has everything fully figured out. You will all move forward from this place of comfort. For the past 13 years, you've had a sense of purpose and place in the Triton school system. Now you are moving into a far less certain environment. So be open to new friendships, to new possibilities, to new challenges. Know that the next stages will be filled with wonder, but only if you seek it out. You will get a lot of advice as you move on to the next phase. I appreciate the thoughts of Howard Thurman, who said, "Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive. And go do that, because what the world needs is people who have come alive. Find that which, as the great Roy Kent says, makes you feel as though you've been struck by lightning, and keep moving in that direction. When you do, the world will be a better place for you, and you will be a better person for the world." The Triton community is so proud of each of you. We all know you have the right skills, knowledge, and abilities to leave here today and better our community. This graduating class will be dearly missed. However, we know you are ready for life's next phase. Congratulations to the class of 2026. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce our first honor speaker. Heidi Sanger is this year's salutatorian. Heidi has been an exceptional student, a wonderful friend, and a talented performer. Kindness and positivity exude every encounter you have with her. Heidi's legacy at Triton will last long after she is gone. Please come to the stage, Heidi Sanger.
Good morning. Welcome, teachers, friends, loved ones, and most of all, welcome to the graduating class of 2026. Thank you all so much for being here on this incredible day. My name is Heidi Sanger, and I am honored to be standing before you as the salutatorian of our class. Before I begin, I'd like to take advantage of the fact that Mr. Kelly gave me a microphone and wish a happy birthday to my mom. I love you, Mom. Thank you for being here on your birthday. As I look around today, the word that first comes to mind is gratitude. I am so grateful for the teachers and mentors at Triton who believed in us before we could even find our way to physics class. I am grateful to my friends for brightening my days. Most of all, I am beyond grateful for my family. There are no words to express how much love I have knowing you will always be by my side. Thank you to everyone who has contributed to the wonderful success of the class of 2026. You are loved more than you know. As I sat down to begin writing, I realized that at 18, I have very little knowledge of life. As much as I would love to stand before you all today and claim that I have everything figured out, that would be far from the truth. I will do my best to share my experiences and thoughts, while also acknowledging that some days I wake up and struggle with what to have for breakfast. Giving life advice to hundreds of people is very daunting. I also realize that many of you have been looking forward to our graduation day, so the speeches made will likely be forgotten as soon as the speaker steps away from the podium. With that in mind, I would like to focus on 3 points. If you remember these 3 points from my speech, I will consider my job done. Keep dreaming. Take up space. Love hard. Keep dreaming. One of the most common questions we are asked from a young age is, what would you like to be when you grow up? At 6, we answered astronaut, actor, or MLB player. At 12, we answered teacher, firefighter, or scientist. At 18, we answer, I just want to make money, or I'll figure that out once I get through college. When were we taught to stop dreaming? Why is it that when we pass a certain age, it's no longer acceptable to dream big and chase those dreams? We are told that defeat is unacceptable, that passing our classes and getting a good job is the only way to live our lives. We are scared to dream, because dreaming will inevitably lead to failure after failure. Except, we were born with big dreams and the courage to chase those dreams, to say them out loud, to wish them into reality. It's not right that we are taught to give up those dreams when they are seen as impractical. As you go off into the world, keep dreaming as big as you did in kindergarten. Maybe those dreams won't come true. But if you stop dreaming them altogether, they definitely won't come true. So please, keep dreaming. Take up space. Love hard. Take up space. On the last day of school, I looked through old yearbooks with one of my favorite people. We found a picture of me in 5th grade wearing overalls and a pink leopard print t-shirt. It was definitely a unique fashion statement, but the most memorable part of the picture was how big I was smiling. I woke up that 5th grade morning and picked out that strange combination of clothes because I loved it. It made me happy, and I didn't care what other people thought. Once I got to middle school, I chose my outfits based on how many compliments I would get. I felt like everyone was looking at me and judging me. When we think everything we do is examined under a microscope, it can seem difficult to actually live our lives. Being too loud or having a big personality is discouraged. We are so constantly worried about how we look and who's looking that we forget what's most important. Life. The truth is, no one really cares. It's so much more important to just wear what we want to wear and do what we want to do than worry about how it looks. As we leave high school and journey into a new stage of life, we can let go of the need to constantly impress other people and instead focus on being happy. The right people will gravitate towards you if you embrace who you are. Have the courage to laugh loudly, to dance like nobody's watching, to be yourself. Have the courage to take up space. Keep dreaming. Take up space. Love hard. Love hard. This is the last and arguably the most important piece of advice I want you to remember. We don't have a limited amount of love. That's such a beautiful thing, that we can love everyone around us infinitely and never run out of love to give. Imagine how much better the world would be if everyone just loved a little harder. In truth, I can't speak about the past, and especially not about love, without talking about Mr. Boyle. I remember freshman year, on Valentine's Day, we asked Mr. Boyle if he was excited or doing anything special. He told us that he didn't like Valentine's Day because it was a ridiculous holiday created to profit Hallmark. I was horrified until he explained why. He said, we shouldn't need a reason to tell the people close to us that we love them. Every day should be Valentine's Day. He was right. We should remember the lessons Mr. Boyle taught us long after we leave the Triton halls. We don't know what will happen tomorrow. Every day is a perfectly good day to tell people we love them. We can treat every day like Valentine's Day and never waste an opportunity to express our love. In the words of Maya Angelou, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. You control how you make people feel, so always remember to tell your loved ones what they mean to you. Always remember to keep dreaming, to take up space, to love hard. As you begin the next chapter of your life, I want to leave you with a feeling of pride. Each one of you has worked hard to be wearing a cap and gown today. You should feel incredibly proud of yourselves. Together, the class of 2026 has faced hurdles and challenges, and we came out even stronger. As we graduate, We deserve to soak up all the love and memories that this day has to offer. And when you wake up tomorrow, don't forget about the pride you felt today. Take it into the next steps of your life. I hope that each morning you can wake up with a smile on your face. I hope that each day you can be proud of who you are. I hope that you learn to keep dreaming, to take up space, and to love hard. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the class of 2026.
It is my pleasure to introduce the Triton High School Band, who will be performing Triton Fanfare by Robert W. Smith. This selection will be directed by Mr. Todd Roberts. We will now hear remarks from our selected faculty speaker, Miss Erin Dempsey.
Good afternoon, graduates, family, and friends. Here we are, class of 2026. Grades are closed, learning hours are done, finals are finished. You made it. We are all here today to celebrate you as you close out one chapter and move on to endless possibilities. Most of you know from my love of true crime that it takes a lot to terrify me, and you guys have certainly done that by asking me to do this today. Only for all of you would I face this fear, and hopefully what I have to say lives up to any and all expectations. I had a hard time deciding what I wanted to talk about today, with this being such an important day in your lives. I thought back to myself sitting where you are and thinking that I had my future all laid out. And it was there I got the inspiration for these thoughts. I am sure those of you that know me well will be shocked to hear that I went to college thinking that I was going to be a wedding planner. That's the correct reaction, yeah. To all of my girls out there, I know what you are thinking. How could I, the resident promoter of Girl Boss Energy, want a career made up of couples and wedding cakes? All it took was seeing J-Lo get Matthew McConaughey in that movie, The Wedding Planner, and I decided that was the life for me. After I graduated from UNH, I was all set up with a job in Boston, but after shadowing my first wedding, reality set in, and I realized it wasn't Hollywood, and it wasn't for me, and I cried. I remember walking back to my apartment wondering what to do next. I had no idea, but the one thing I did know was that I didn't want to spend my life chasing love and bridezillas. My dad has been a teacher and a football coach for upwards of 40 years. Luckily, he was always in my ear saying I would be a great teacher and it would be a smart option to consider. But like many of you do to your own parents, I rolled my eyes, said no way, and moved on. So if you ever meet my dad out and about, you can thank him because he's 90% of the reason I'm standing here today. Per usual, he was right. Parents usually are. Before there was a teaching career and a cheer gym and coffee club, there was a girl sitting where you are really believing I had it all figured out, and I absolutely did not. And truth be told, I still don't always have it all figured out. I just make sure the world thinks I do. If I can leave you with an essential piece of advice today, it would be to trust your gut. I have had the same business partner, Alexis, for the past 15 years, and every time we have a big decision looming, her first question is, what's your gut telling us to do? Over a decade of cheer seasons and hundreds of athletes later, it's still leading us in the right direction. Whether it's a job, a relationship, a big purchase, you'll know if it's right. And if you don't settle. In that post-wedding crash out, I could have easily thought about time wasted, money spent, degrees earned, and stayed on my original path, because that was the plan. But would I have been happy? Would I have been true to myself and what I actually wanted? So in these final moments of us all being here together in this way, I will leave you with this analogy. Once you get a Coach bag, you won't want a TJ Maxx bag again. But once you get a Gucci, the Coach starts to lose its charm. And once you get a Chanel, you'll never settle for Gucci again. And for once, I am actually not talking about bags. It's okay to change your mind. Know your worth and never, ever settle for less than what you want or deserve. Life is full of leveling up, and we will all be watching with pride to see what your upgrades will be. Class of 2026, I love you, I'll miss you, and congratulations. And I'm going to invite Mr. Kelly back to the podium.
For our second musical selection, we would now like to welcome Grace Alcaraz and Kelsey Nichols to come forward to perform the piece For Good, written by Stephen Schwartz.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes us, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the flood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant port. Who can say I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. And none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea,
Like a stream that meets
like a
a
seed dropped by a bird in the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better.
And because I knew you,
Because
because I knew you, I have been changed
for
good.
It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce our second honor speaker. Mia Dupuy is this year's valedictorian. Mia has exemplified the characteristics we hope all of our students have inside and outside of the classroom. She is diligent and thoughtful, always looking to further her own understanding. She has also been a leading advocate at Triton for inclusion as a member of our Best Buddies Club and Unified Basketball team. Mia has set a personal standard for excellence in all aspects of her Triton career. Please welcome to the stage, Mia Dupuy.
Good morning, faculty, staff, families, and fellow graduates. My name is Mia Dupuy, and I'm honored to be speaking before you as valedictorian. There are far, far better things than any we leave behind. As we sit here today in a stadium filled with our loved ones, it is hard to imagine what our lives will look like after this. Leaving behind everything we have ever known for the past 18-odd years seems impossible. There are people seated before me who will become doctors and nurses, law enforcement officers and teachers, businessmen and engineers. A handful of you will go on to serve our country, while others work tirelessly in blue-collar jobs. All of that to say, we have different futures ahead of us. When sitting down to write this speech, I reflected on my last 4 years here, hoping something would spark inspiration. I spent a week just writing down ideas in my notes app, but nothing felt right. A former teacher of mine assured me that everything would be fine when I expressed my concerns about this being too long-winded or boring or delivered poorly. Her words, if I remember correctly, that won't happen because it's you and you won't let it. I appreciated her vote of confidence, and after sitting on it for a while, I realized what she meant. It is so easy for people to forget how much control they have in life. Things may feel like they're moving at 100 miles an hour right now, sitting here about to graduate, reminiscing on the 13 years of school that we somehow survived, even though there were classes we swore we would never get through. But the truth is, every milestone we have met these past few years are all because we worked hard to get there. Staying up an extra hour to study, practicing a little longer for that interview, sticking out a late night rehearsal, or putting in work in the off season. Those were all moments where we could have called it quits, but didn't. Writing this speech was not some impossible task. just a scary one. I struggled with trying to come up with a message that would stick with all of you, while also fitting in a 5-minute time frame and being unique enough that you remember it, but not so much that you are confused by the end. So I'll keep it brief. 4 years ago, we walked into Triton, worried about navigating the halls, making friends, and meeting new teachers. Today, those all seem like such non-issues. More important is mapping out the rest of our lives. But I want you all to take a second and appreciate that you made it this far. Those events that you swore were earth-shattering freshman and sophomore year are now just memories you can look back on. Whatever comes next is going to be scary, but you're going to have to get used to doing things scared, just like you did when you started your journey here. There is so much more to life than this moment, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for all of you. When we think back on high school, it is not the awards or accolades we are going to remember, but the people. A quote that has stuck with me, and one I feel perfectly fits this moment, comes from Albert Pike. He said, "What we do for ourselves dies with us. What we do for others in the world remains and is immortal." Wherever life takes you in the next few years, remember that your impact is going to far outlive you, so never be afraid to go that extra mile. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2026. I now ask the officers of the class of 2026 to join me on stage for the presentation of the class gift.
Hi everyone, my name is Danica Prendergast and I have been a class officer for all 4 years of high school. When I took on this leadership role freshman year, I knew that part of the job description included coming up with and presenting a class gift. The class gift presentation is a part of graduation where future generations feel excited because they're being gifted something. But this year, it's a little different. This year, it is being given in honor of an educator who suddenly passed. This year, we lost a highly valued and respected teacher, staff member, and coach. On Wednesday, March 25th, 2026, Mr. Boyle suddenly passed, leaving an unfilled hole in the hearts of the Triton and extended community. Mr. Boyle served as a history teacher here at Triton for 23 years. He was the head of the history department, and he was also the head coach of the girls' varsity basketball team for years. I will never forget the feeling of the school community on March 25th. Students, teachers, and staff had all been hit with an insurmountable wave of grief for someone they had cared so deeply about. I truly believe that every person who ever had the pleasure of speaking with Mr. Boyle, I truly believe that he made a positive impact on every person that ever had the pleasure of speaking with him. Mr. Boyle would go out of his way to greet every student in the hallways each morning and crack a snarky joke whenever my brother and I would walk in late. As he saw my brother and I rushing down the halls at 7:42 a.m., he would say in his booming voice, "Whose fault was it today?" On the last day of my world history class freshman year, Mr. Boyle played the song Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. One quote from this song that he left me with and I would like to leave with the rest of you is, "Live your life with arms wide open. Today is when your book begins. The rest is still unwritten." And as Mr. Boyle always said, stay safe, you matter.
I, too, Julia Blanchet, have the honor of speaking today as a 4-year class officer and graduating member of the class of 2026. This year's class gift means a lot to all of us, and we hope that what we have done will be able to honor Mr. Boyle in the best way we possibly can. I was also in Mr. Boyle's world history class freshman year, like Danica and many of you. Whether you went on to have more classes with Mr. Boyle in following years, or your interactions with him continued only as you crossed paths with him in the hallways, I'm sure he left his mark on all of you as he did for us. Despite only having a class with Mr. Boyle for 1 year, it was clear that he was dedicated to the Triton community. Out of all of my memories from that class, the one thing that sticks with me the most is his genuine care for students' well-being and interests. One way I connected with Mr. Boyle was through sports, and I'm sure many of you shared this connection. He would go out of his way in the hall to ask me about what I would be competing in if I had a meet that afternoon, and was always supportive of athletics at Triton. Mr. Boyle clearly loved his time coaching the girls' basketball team, and I vividly remember the framed photo of his championship team right by his desk. It is because of this connection to Triton sports, specifically basketball, that we will be dedicating a memorial seat in the gymnasium to Mr. Boyle. We want to give him a permanent seat in the place where he loved coaching and supporting Triton. With the upcoming renovation of the school, this design will allow us to transport the gift from the old gym to the new. Mr. Boyle's caring and supportive nature will always stay with us, and we hope that this gift honors him, his time coaching in the Triton Gymnasium, and the positive impact he had on all the individuals he interacted with during his time here at Triton. So with that, thank you to everyone who supported the class of 2026 throughout our time here, especially Mr. Boyle, and on behalf of the class of 2026, we are honored to present this class gift to the future students and faculty of Triton Regional High School.
On behalf of Triton High School, I'm pleased to accept this gift from the class of 2026. I would now like to welcome Aiden Cashman to say the last few words on behalf of the class officers.
Good morning. My name is obviously Aiden Cashman, as Mr. Kelly just said, but I wanted to say to my fellow students, congratulations. But that's not why I'm up here. So to start, Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." And as much as our confidence might have decreased or expectations might have increased, there's always been the people who believed in us even when we didn't believe in ourselves. The people who watched over us day after day. But they do more than just that. They pass down their knowledge from generation to generation, which is the reason why we can read, and why so many of us can look at each other and see the good in them. And why I can tell you about Theodore Roosevelt, and of course why each and every one of us can tell you that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. You know who these people are. It's the teachers in this school, the teachers who work every day. Maybe excited, maybe upset, but they smile for us anyway, as if nothing is wrong. To which I say to you, thank you. Thank you from all of us. Thank you for making it so hard to pick a favorite teacher. But in particular, thank you to Ms. Walter, thank you to Ms. Goucher for helping us throughout the years, being our class advisors. Thank you to Mr. Kelly and the administration for dealing with my complaints all the time and the frustrating work. Thank you to the guidance office for guiding us. But parents, guardians, and family, I guarantee you, at the end of the day, if you asked your student their favorite part of Triton, they would say the teachers. So to the teachers, as Mr. Boyle once and always said, you matter. Thank you. I would now like to welcome Principal Kelly back to the podium.
At this time, I call upon Ms. Linda Lakofsky, the chairperson of the school committee, to award diplomas to the class of 2026. The presentation of students will be completed by Ms. Heather Walter, and the presentation of diplomas will be conducted by Ms. Linda Lakofsky, Mr. Brian Forget, and Mr. Patrick Kelly.
Am I good to go? Am I good? Okay.
Mia Louise Dupuy.
What?
Heidi Marie Sanger. Julia Grace Blanchet. Aiden Nan Cashman. Timothy Bradley Clark. Cameron Reardon McDonald. Danica Elizabeth Prendergast. Ciara Bella Abruzio. Luke Henry Aham. Devin Evangeline Alansis. Kale Albert. Grace Alexis Alcaraz. Charles Samuel Anderson. Mariana Vittoria Machado Clementi Andrivieski. Nancy Abigail Arias. Jayanna Lynn Marie Bautista. Cassidy Ann Beebe. Lucas Solomon Banesh. Oscar Armando Baños Gonzalez. Joanna Fotini Varsamis. Joshua Moore Berger. Luke Jeremiah Borchers. Katie Lynn Bryant. Alex Joseph Burns. Dylan Burrell. Benjamin Christopher Cadu. Isabella Marie Carmody. Skylar Gayer Dennehy Carmody. Gennaro Amadeo Carrillo. Sydney Nicole Champagne. Michael Paul Coco. London Marie Cole. Ava Marie Connolly. Christian John Conroy. Jacob Lee Conroy. Liam Mazer Cummings. Warren Joseph Dalton III. Lily Marie DeAndrea. Natalie Rose Weiss. Sadie Lee Darlene DeVoe. Rebecca Marie Dudenoth. Liam Matthew Dosty. Athen Rowley Eggleston. Richard Clay Erickson. Donovan James Estella. Sarah Ida Ewell. Colin Charles Fiddler. Maxwell James Fitzwater. Gavin Michael Frazier. Oscar Theodore Fearberg. Ruby Adeline Fearberg. Aiden Michael Gallant. Joseph Anthony Watson Grimaldi. Ashton Robert Guinan. Ainsley Ruth Hanlon. Parker Lee Harriet. Charlotte K. Hergel. Peyton Francis Hertigan. Hugo Jin Huang. Maeve Mary Hughes. Harrison Hugh Min Hun. Aubrey Lorraine Jodes. Ava Rose Johnson. Colleen Elizabeth Johnson. Daniel James Jones. Joshua David Krugman. Paxton Russell Lakey. Autumn Ray LaValle. Tiara Dorothy Marie LaValle. Alexa Marie Lawrence. Eleanor Louise Leahy. Aaliyah Marie Levitt Ethier. Natalia Ratio Lebedev. Jax Roland Lind. Alana Sylvia Jean Love. Caden Joseph Lucia. Carl Thomas Lucy. Braylon Ryan Lupa. Eric Michael Lyon. Desiree Diamond Martinez. Clay Jerome Martis. Wyatt Lee McCormick. Samantha Jean McDermott. Riley Elizabeth McDonald. Riley Ann McIsaac. Jacob Everett Meter. Kaylee Marie Melanson. Jason Michael Merrill. Adrian Antonio Mesa Pina. Joliana Middleton. Madeline Margaret Modini. Kate Ann Molyneux. Piper Josephine Morris. Willow Lynn Murnahan. Greg Michael Muse Jr. Jason Daniel Navaroli. Isaac Nicholas Navarro. Madison Noel Nelson. Kelsey Beth Nichols. Audrina Melissa Owens. Austin Louis Palladino. Lowell Alexander Para. John David Purley. Hudson Marshall Pierce. Waisha Pierre Jules. Harrison Abbott Pike. Mateus Mariano Pinto. Chloe Marguerite Price. Delaney Elizabeth Quinn. Molly Elizabeth Riley. Nathan Alexander Retkowski. Sarah Ruby Ribero Santos. Hugh Donovan Rice. Abigail Jolie Richard. Taylor Burke Richard. James Edward Rocketenets. Everett Wallace Romano. Addison Rose Rowe. Nico Gianfranco Salvatore. Demetrios Sarangelos. Carolyn Mary Savage. Jada Olinda Sloshberg. Callista Renee Sicard. Angela Capri Simmons. Leah Elizabeth Smullen. Kayla Grace Sousa. Peter James Spiliotis. Sophia Ellen Stanley. Adeline Joe Stapleton. Adia Ray Tang. Caleb Andrew Teal. Sophie Elizabeth Thresher. Chailani Popise T. Riley Marie Tudal. Alex William Warsowicz. Ian Francis Warsowicz. Cheyenne Elizabeth Weisenstein. Gracie Elizabeth Wolsick. River Solus, win.
I now invite the officers of the class of 2026 to the front of the podium. Either side. And now, as the principal of Triton High School, by the authority granted me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the Triton Regional School Committee, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to present to you the graduates of the class of 2026. Graduates, please stand. Please move your tassels from right to left, and let's cheer for our graduates. We ask that families please stay in your seats as our graduates recede from the stadium.